Just a quick instructional video on how to fit the Tech7 125 decibel motorcycle alarm. This is bought from M&P in I think at a Facebook sale price for $12.99. So from a value for money point of view, it's got to be the cheapest motorcycle alarm out there. Now it's described as being a DIY 2-wire hookup alarm. It is, as I said, very cheap, and you wouldn't expect to get a lot for your money, but actually I'm quite surprised with this. First thing is, when you get the box and you open it up, see the box one's empty because I've already taken the stuff out. These instructions you get here, just ignore them. The diagrams you've got on the back don't relate to the unit we've got in the box as such. And to be honest, the Chinese translation leaves a lot to be desired and is more confusing than anything else. Luckily, on the back of the box there's a much simpler instruction, and that's what you should use to fit and mount it. There is somewhere in the packaging, I did see a little note that sort of said it doesn't have this panic alarm here. The other two, the alarm and the disarm, and the bike find functions work fine, but there is no panic function, which I can't believe I'd want on the bike anyway. So the parts you get in the pack, you get a nasty little key fob like that. You only get the one key fob. I'm assuming the serial number on the back is relevant, so if that label does come off, it's worth making a note of that number. Again, for $12.99, probably a new key fob is probably going to be more expensive than the original alarm cost you. The other parts, which I've mounted inside the bike here, you can see you get a little black box. You get two little sticky pads, one for the bottom of the siren, and one for the box itself. The only wires you've got are the linkage wire, which links up to the siren. We'll do in a minute. There is a travelling LED on a reasonably long wire, which you can probably mount any way you want, to be honest. I should probably stick it out in the corner down here somewhere, just so I can see when the alarm's on and off. I'll just poke it down there for the minute. And I've chosen, on the Bandit 1200, there's a lack of flat surfaces inside to mount this thing. I did have it here, but it wasn't a flat surface. Last night I got a feeling it kept going off, just a little chirrup. That might have been because this wasn't flat. So I've just kept the mount there, put that into this removable box, which is, once it's down, is quite secure. The aerial, it says in the instructions that the aerial needs to be mounted vertically, so in the bottom of the box there I've taken the aerial, and it doesn't say whether it's got to be vertically up or vertically down. It worked alright yesterday when it was poked down through here and down through there, but at least here it makes it a little bit more vertical, if you like, if that's going to make any difference. The only other two wires you really have to sort of worry about is obviously the power wires. And here you've got a little spade connector in the middle there for the ground wire, or the negative. I've just taped that up, just mainly so it doesn't get caught on anything. And then there's a little ring connector which I've put directly onto the battery terminal there. And then underneath here, it didn't give you a ring connector, it's just one of the little spade connectors, so I've just shoved that underneath there and cover over the top of it so it fits reasonably nicely and keeps the weather, muck and water out. And that's about it really for fitting it. So as I said, we can put that back into there. I'll screw that down in a minute. The aerial, just try it there, which will dangle down through there, and what we have to do is then wire up this little the siren. So I'm just going to sign off here in a minute. I've now put the little spade connector on. I like having a little connection here. Obviously, if the alarm goes off and you've got no way of silencing it, at least if you have the key you can lift the seat off, you can pull the alarm off, save the neighbour's sanity for a start. I'm not keen on having the detector in there. It's obviously some sort of trip switch, because this isn't as solid as perhaps it could be, but we'll live with it and see Yes, just to show you down here, I've put the little LED, I've just tucked it in there at the moment. It's not a permanent fix to tidy the wire up, but yeah, the little LED I've just chucked in there for the minute. We'll see how that works. And I've dangled the wire down through, or the aerial, I said, out the bottom of this box here, down out here. And I shall probably put a little bit of gaffer tape or electrical tape just to stop it rubbing on anything. Just try and keep it in a sort of vertical position like that. It shouldn't get caught on anything, but so a bit of tape just to keep it out of the way. A bit of rust there as well. Next thing to do then is, I suppose, a quick demonstration on how it works. So I've got the connector here. I'll do this quickly because it's going to rain in a minute, and even though it does say it's water resistant, you can see down the end there these holes are not sealed up or anything, so I don't know how water resistant it is. So yeah, arm, here it's quite loud, disarm, and on the, you've got the, I can't remember if that's the panic or that's the panic, and that's the finder one. Yeah, very loud. So, arm it. As you can see, I was testing this yesterday, you can knock the bike quite easily without the alarm going off, but if you actually take the bike off its stand, and it actually goes off. I tend to get some little warming beeps before it goes off, and it's the little warming beeps that were going off last night, so not too sure, perhaps it isn't as insensitive as I thought it was. But there we go. So for the value, for the money, it's a decent value, providing it doesn't keep going off at night when you knock into it. There's no sensitivity adjustment on it. We'll have to just wait and see.